Hey guys, this is All Stream That, back with another episode of MLB The Show 19, Road to the Show, with our starting pitcher. And right now, our standings for the American League Central, they're not looking too great. 12 and a half games back from the Twins, from the Indians, 11 games back from the Twins. But in the wild card, we are only 3.5 games back from Oakland. So, like I said at the end of the last episode, this is our goal right here, is the wild card. If we can get that, we'll be happy. This right here would just be icing on the cake. If we could take the spot away from the Twins, I would be happy to do that. If we could take the American League Central, if we could take that from Cleveland, we would be really happy. That would be like the best case scenario. But let's go ahead and get into today's games and see if we can make some of these up. Our pitching coach, would you like to get some work in on your pitches while we've got the time? For sure. So we have a simulated game facing the 3 lowest rated position players on our roster. 1,500 points to get a gold, 1,250 to get a silver, 1,000 for a bronze. There we go, that's a quick one. One pitch fly out. There we go, we got ahead in the count. That should be worth 10 for a first pitch strike. Count is even. And we fell behind. We lost the 10. Wow. The count is 3-1. And that's going to be a flyout. We're going to get something for it. 75. There we go. That circle change was in. There's strike 2. Ball 1. And we struck him out. That's worth 275. So that first pitch strike wasn't worth anything. Getting ahead in the count there is, though. Counts 2-2. Still 2-2. There we go. Ground out is worth a little bit. Okay, first pitch strike got us something. I don't know why it didn't get us something last time. Okay, we're up 0-2. Three pitch strikeout worth 250. First pitch ground out. That'll be worth 185. That gets us a bronze. Strike 1. Okay, that's 1-1. 1-2. We got ahead in the count. And that's a fly out. That gets us a silver. Okay, count is 0-2. And that's another fly out. We are 45 away from a gold. Now we're 35 away from a gold. Okay, count is 1-1. 45 away. There's a foul. Count is 2-2. Still 2-2. And we have gold. Stamina and pitching clutch progressed. Hits per 9, strikeouts per 9, and base on balls per 9 went up 1. Home runs per 9 went up 2. And we are going to do hitting your spot practice with Craig Kimbrel to bring up our base on balls per 9 cap. And that brought that from a 65 up to a 68. And he wants less than 3 base on balls in our next appearance. And that's easy. And here we are at home against the Minnesota Twins, and for some reason, we're pitching on 3 days rest, so our energy is already down. So I don't get it. I don't know why they would do that, but that's what they're doing. And we immediately start off with a hit, because we don't have the energy right now. So I have a feeling this is going to be a short outing. And they got the out at second, and they didn't even try to turn to first. Okay, and he's going, and he's got second. And there's strike 2. And he's not going to make that turn to home. So a double play right now is what we need. There's strike 1. Strike 2. And let's record a ground out. There's a foul ball. Wow. Okay. So I have a feeling they're kind of setting me up for failure by having me pitch after 3 days and not giving me full rest. Recording out with the pitch outside the zone. There's ball 1. Ball 2. That's what happens when you don't get a pitcher his rest. There's strike 1. Strike 2. Three and 2. Okay, now we're down by 2. So I have no idea why I'm pitching today. I really don't. There's strike two. Still strike two. That's ball one.
One down. One down.
And we struck him out. So we don't have the energy to do what we should be doing, which is striking everybody out. And now we're going to be down by 3 because he's making the turn and he's quick enough. And here's Marwin González. Here's strike one. Strike two. And there's out number 3. So 23 pitches in the first inning. And here's Ferreira. They got 1 run back, so we're only down by 2. There's strike one. Strike two. Still strike two on a foul. And there is strike three. Second strikeout of the game.
Now batting, number 31.
There we go. Starting to get into a rhythm now. There's strike two. That was way low. Completely off time. And that is a ground out for out number 2. And here's Byron Buxton. Here's strike one. Strike two. And that is a ground out. Yes. Out number 3. And here's Garcia. We're now only down by 1. There's strike one. Strike two on a fastball right down the middle. And strike three. Third strikeout of the game. And here's Yorko.
Now batting, designated hitter, Jerko.
Or Jerko, okay. Count is 0-1. Still 0-1 on a high curve. Or 1-1 on a high curve. One and two. Excuse me. Still 1 and 2. 2 and 2 on a low curve. There we go. Struck him out. That's strikeout number 4 on the game.
The second baseman, Jonathan.
It's ball 1. Strike one, counts 1-1. Count is 2-1. Okay. Now it's 3-1. Full count. And we struck him out. Strikeout number 5.
Leading off for Minnesota, the first baseman, DJ.
Strike one on a foul. Strike two. And that's a fly ball. And the second baseman will catch it. That's one out in the top of the 4th. We are still down by 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, Fleur.
There we go. He'll pick that up and save the error. And here's González.
Now batting, the shortstop, Marwin González.
Strike one. Strike two. And still strike two on a foul. I'd really like to strike him out here. We got him. Okay. And we're still down by 1. And honestly, aside from that terrible first inning, we're not doing terrible. I think we're doing fairly well. Our pitch count is not what we want it to be. And again, that's a result from, from that first inning. We pitched 23 pitches, I think, in that first. So that's almost half of the pitches that we've thrown so far were in that first inning. Count is 1-2. And there's a strikeout, and that is, I think, number 7. That is number 7. And here's Blake Betts.
Now batting, number 31.
Strike one on a circle. Strike two on a foul. And that gets right by the second baseman. So there's a runner on first with 1 out. And a double play would be wonderful here.
The left fielder, Marwin González.
Okay, count is 1-1. 1-2 on a foul. There's the double play that we needed. And top of the 6th, still down by 1.
The right fielder, Untitled
And there's strike one. And that's a hit. And here's Jed Jerko.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Jed Jerko.
And that's strike 2 on a foul. Still strike 2. There's ball 1. And that's a hit. And they are taking us out.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And here's Kevin McCarthy.
now pitching for the Royals,
And we end up winning. And we're going to do a mini game for Pilates to increase our four-seam and our circle change control. Your goal is to maintain the correct pose for the longest time you can. You will earn more points the better your timing is. Press the corresponding button once it's within the moving cursor. And here we go. Okay. I think we did okay. We got a silver. And we're going to speak with our fellow starting pitcher, Brad Keller. Give him some words of encouragement about his recent slump. Keller is feeling down about his poor hits per 9 stat. You're an important part of this clubhouse. We're all behind you. And he appreciates our support. And here we are at home against the Cleveland Indians.
leading off
And we have had 5 days of rest.
designated hitter, number 29,
And we get a strike.
111.
Strike 2 on a foul. There we go. Little chopper to first base, and he'll take it himself. There's 1 out.
Batting second, the second baseman, Ronald Correa.
There's strike 1. Strike 2. And he fouls that off, so it's still strike 2. And he watches strike 3. Strikeout number 1 of the game. Here's José Ramírez.
Batting third, the third baseman, Jose.
That was early. It seemed like the meter was a little slow. There's strike 1. Strike 2 on a foul. And that should be out number 3 on a fly out to right.
shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
There's strike one. We've got a 1-run lead in the second. There's strike two on a foul. And that's going to be a fly out to center for out number one. There's strike one. Strike two. And strike three as he swings early.
Batting six, the catcher, Jonathan Lucroy.
And that should be out number three. And we now have a 4-run lead. Strike two. Ooh. Okay.
The right fielder, number 10. Jake.
There's strike one. Strike two. And strike three. Okay, that is our 4th strikeout.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 4.
There's ball one. Circle outside. There's a 4-seam low for ball two. There we go, strike one. Let's get back into it now. Strike two. Strike three, we struck out the side. Okay, that's the only option is retire the side in order. So we're up by 4. There's strike one. Strike two on a foul. Still strike two. And there's out number one.
The batter, number 22, second base.
And he should be able to catch that. There's out number two. And here's José Ramírez. Strike one. He was way late. Strike two on a foul. And are they going to be able to catch it? He does. Challenge complete. We retired the side in order. Top of the 5th. Still have a 4-run lead. There's ball one. That circle didn't quite hit. And there's strike one. Strike two. And that's going to be the first hit of the ball game. So there goes the no-hitter after 4 innings. And it's a double. Here's Corey Dickerson. Here's strike one. Strike two. Let's try to record a ground out. That's fair and nothing. Wow, okay. And they're not going to send him. So the bases are loaded with nobody out. That seems like a setup to me. Okay, so they got one. And there's strike one. Ball one. Strike two. Strike three. That is strikeout number 6 today. And here's Bradley Zimmer. So that gets our confidence back. That's strike 2 on a foul. And we struck him out. That's strikeout number 7. And we now have a 7-run lead. Okay, he chased that circle for a foul. That 4-seam was low and he still chased it. And that should be the first out on a fly ball to right.
The batter number 22, second baseman.
There we go. So we're moving right along again. And that looks like that's a home run. And that was Torres, and that's his 6th of the year. And there's strike 1 to Ramirez. Strike 2 on a circle change low that's swung at. And strike 3. That is strikeout number 8. And here's Francisco Lindor. Strike 1 on a foul. Strike 2 on a foul. And that should be an out, and it is. So we get out of the 6th with only 1 run scored. And they're giving us the 7th inning. We're up by 7. There's strike 2. There we go. Here's Jonathan Lucroy.
Now batting, catcher, Jonathan Lucroy.
And that is a strike. There's strike 2. Okay, I thought that was a little bit closer than it should have been. And here is Carlos Santana.
Next to Cleveland, the first baseman, Marwin
There's
González.
strike 1. Strike 2 on a foul. Still strike 2. It's another foul. Another foul. Ball 1. Okay, and he's just going to be taking pitches off of me. Kind of want to pitch one outside the zone, but I just don't think he's going to swing at one. And that should be out number 3. Fly out to right. And we got it. And Brian Flynn will come in the 8th to relieve us.
Number 33.
And we've won. And after this episode, we are 8.5 games behind the Minnesota Twins, and we are 13 games back from the Cleveland Indians and the American League Central. We did, however, pick up some games. We picked up a game and a half to be a game and a half back from Oakland, tied with the Red Sox. And that's going to end today's episode. I want to thank everybody for watching. My name is All Stream That. Hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications.